Yeah, a little bit in shambles here. PRX, they definitely wanted to catch Global Zipto by surprise, get that rush on the board, and play a bit more close range with a lot of the weapons that they were able to buy. Even though Global Zipto was pretty much stacked up, it was still not enough. The Guardian shots, the headshots were just much, much faster than the spray downs. And now PRX, just as you said, now having to play from the back ends here with a bunch of stingers once more.
Came over the top, just trying to see what they can spot out. Something. Solo lurk. Gets his way in through double doors, but nothing spotted. Just taking a quick little shot, clearing out the camera. Once again, though, PRX just looking to send it on this B site.
Revealing area.
Shock Dart clears out the trip. Recon checks into hallway. And once again, site relatively for free here for PRX. But the question, once again, is can they actually defend this? Can they pull off a post plant? Hunter's Fury is going to be online. Gives them maybe a little bit more opportunity. As Alexi swinging around the back, something just sat here. Here's the footsteps and finds the headshot. Guardian now going to be in hand as well. Fury. Shots flying through. Crystal taken low. Backpedals. Just wait for some of those regen shields to kick back in. And then not going to be too healthy. But Kelly swings into Halls. Able to find one. Something with the Guardian. Takes down Poppy. But now Calliope's dead. And it's all on something. Tries to readjust, but just can't quite line him up. And between all of them, 22 HP. But it's 3 players surviving. Another force up here from PRX getting shattered, brushed aside, and now 1 round separating, being tied up.
The lead that PRX was able to build up in the first half is now crumbling down on the second half after buys. And the attempts were there. And now Global Zipto, just as you said, a combination of 24 HP. They were just so close to cleaning up, but not quite. Despite Alexi falling into the hands of something and having control over on long. But PRX, they've got the firepower now this time around. Things could be potentially different.
Some firepower, but
My ultimate's ready.
still just needing maybe a slight change here in the game plan. Push forward, or will be taken. Jing, run it back now available, but up on the opposite team here as Alexi has that in hand. And is slowly creeping up B long. Multiplayer stack getting ready to clash here. Creeping their way forward. Tara, first one, and actually wins out the fight.
I have the spike.
Alexi not given the opportunity to fire off that weapon, ends up getting taken down. And once again, B site going to be wide open this time with a player advantage for the side of PRX.
Operator not going to get picked up by any. Any of the players from PRX are going to be satisfied with the rifles that they have for this post plant. Bring everything down, pre-firing, but Crystal wins that against Jing.
Sprays out, finds one, means to run it back, not available here to try to defend the site. With 3 kills of her own, gets things tied up at 8-8.
That was spicy stuff there. That felt like an almost transfer and could have been a clutch ace. It was so close. These shots from Tara was probably leaving Global Zipto sweating a little bit, but Aneri with the multi-frags as well as the retake was happening dealt a lot of work against PRX. And again, Jing there unfortunately falling without being able to use the run it back. Maybe this time it's gonna work. Lots of half shields, but now it's even. The lead has disappeared.
Recovering it.
That it has completely evened up. Still no timeout calls here. Calliope able to find a massive target though as Poppy aggressively pushing up out of A. He's going to be shut down there by the Killjoy on the opposite side of the map. Full push though, getting ready to go her way. As Alexi noting multiple other players Kohibi sat here, ready, waiting, finds the first, looks for that second, that third. Can't quite make it happen, but will still be able to put Kelly S down low. Lexi gonna be flushed out, caught there at Halls as something. Gets into position. Swings out, and Harry looking for the readjustment, cannot make it happen. It seems like Paper X finally breaking this loss streak as something spots an op on the ground, says, ooh, a piece of candy.
For free. Unfortunately, Paper X has been avoiding Kelly S's setup for the entirety of the second half. No one wants to walk across a lot of these thorny spikes over here. And the fact that, again, it has been a constant B attack. All they gotta do is clear, use tripwires. Everything will be clear. It's just that post plant that has been a bit difficult against Global Zipto. But if you whittle away their numbers before that even happens, then they don't have anything much to worry about.
Yeah, this one very much coming down to Kohibi being able to find that opening pick, keeping that attention paid on the opposite side of the map. As Paper X, though, I mean, this is just round one. They're only up by one at this point. Global being able to get 4 consecutive to start off this half still has to have them sweating quite a bit. This is still very much anyone's map.
Yes, this should do.
Cardin still available here for Kelly S. Neri, the neural step at the ready. Let's see what the call ends up being here for Paper X. As Jing creeping forward, not quite playing Pac-Man. Thought he was just going to be going for the grab on the orb here. Instead, gets passed over to just go ahead and maybe get Kohibi the ult online or get her closer. Wall raised. Jing's backpedals off the angle.
They're able to identify, again, it is going to be Kelly S constantly being onto A. So far, they're able to spot out the operator player, something lingering around being long, but the call is still going to be similar to Sunset after these past few days. A little bit of B simulator over here onto Pearl, and they're going to give up the site entirely and possibly do a 5-man retake.
All right, backpedaled away here. Crystal, no, never mind. Actually, refill space just behind the screen here. Swings out and something gets his head taken off. Crystal, so thank you very much, and instantly snaps on for another. Jing destroyed. Spike still not planted. Time ticking here. As now the Hunter's Fury looks to go ahead and interrupt. Recon going to be sent, but Forsaken is getting clipped, getting tracked in all of this chaos. Forsaken trying to dodge out. It's actually Kohibi who ends up getting caught by the Hunter's Fury, so a third kill here. As Crystal on for yet another ace. And Neri will take it away from him. I believe it would have been his third of this tournament. But we are now tied up 9-9.
We talked about that 5-man retake, and Crystal's like, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take up a bit of space here and land these nasty shots that enabled that victory for Global Zipto. Couldn't even plant the spike, had the Hunter's Fury at the end. You mentioned that Forsaken was dodging for the entirety of that ult and has managed to find Kohibi in the process. Nope, Forsaken, you're not my targets. Actually, Kohibi. And now it's back to even again.
On something now. Looking to storm his way forward, jumps up over the top, spots out a player here. Knows that there's got to be more. Now confirmed presence as updraft comes through. Lexi able to keep themselves alive, and Crystal swings in for the rescue. It's just a meat grinder here on the A site. Player after player spilling forth, getting cut down as Global Zipto now take the lead 10-9.
Beautiful coverage from the players of Global Zipto. Cloudburst as the additional distraction of try and trade off of Alexi, but Poppy was there for the cover. And things were just falling apart one by one on the side of Paper X. Back to Eco, bunch of sheriffs on their plates. They've got the Cosmic Divide to slice the map in half. But again, the switch from Global Zipto to put Kelly S onto B instead. It's a very interesting switch up for Global.
Jing getting pinged, wanting to try to maybe grab this orb. Full flash does connect there onto Alexi, not going for the timing shot. Does opt to just back away. The ramp up here in play. Global Zipto has been absolutely palpable, but also reminiscent of that opening game on Split. 8-4 half here on Pearl. It was a 9-3 on that split. That got away from PRX. Now Forsaken spotted dead. Alexi quick to go ahead and collect it. Pressure's still not coming through on the flank as there's 4 players set up on this side of the map. And there he does get taken down. A potential weapon handed over, but no, Crystal swings in. He's able to go ahead, put Jing down. Solid trade out from something. Keeps the numbers close. HP bars, however, absolutely wrecked for the moment. Pressure now on Kohibi to try to open things up here as Poppy will end up falling. Kohibi able to find that kill, gets another. Swaps the weapons out, rotates to grab the spike. The 1v1, Kelly S rotating all the way around from the back. Turret not spotting it, set up there in window. Just slowly, steadily making his way forward. Kohibi trying to assess every single place here on this site, every inch. Make sure that
10 seconds left.
she chooses the right place to plant. Does so here at back sight, but the push out in towards Flowers right as Kelly S swings across.
No way.
Dodging out the vision. Not spotting anything at all as Kohibi's just hunting towards the opposite side. Tucks back. The swing in towards Secret. It's gonna have to really take the headshot here, but pulls off the angle. Sends the ult to swap now to the Sheriff.
Thrifty.
And my God, what a thrifty, what a clutch. Kohibi tying it up at 10-10 with an absolutely just gorgeous performance in decision making.
Yep, that was a nail biter. Having to choose by time, you only had, what, 15 seconds on the clock to try check through Flowers into Secret. It is that big thrifty. Indeed, they get that extra money off of that round. Bunch of Sheriffs really paid off. Played that beautifully. Big clutch from Kohibi.
Just monstrous. Shock dart descend. Right, backpedaling there. Smattering of ults available, but okay. Crystal not given any opportunity to participate in this round. Jing just swings out and immediately finds the headshot. Alexi, though, trying to hold the line, comes up with 2. Right click, gonna go wide. Kohibi, though, able to go ahead and put it down, but that is still a decent amount of damage dealt. Solid efforts there from Alexi. As the neural theft reveals all. Forsaken Kohibi. Last one's left standing. Forsaken gonna try to go forward to get himself under tower. Be watching it. This angle here for the moment as the Cosmic Divide is going to be coming in. The swoop out. They note each other. Poppy up. Just go ahead and back away.
They know the one.
Cosmic Divide not cutting off anybody, though.
That's true.
This allows them to narrow the options. The swing forward through the wall. Kelly S able to find Forsaken. Kohibi going to be taken down once again. Global Zipto going to establish the lead.
What a close map. And this is just map number 1. Alexi did so well with the knives at play. Didn't get the third, but that's okay. Just dealt a lot of damage. Beginning damage already right off the bat. Despite Jing dealing first blood, opening the map wide open. At the end, Alexi just made things even more winnable on that round.
Now, the back and forth may just continue. Run it back, still available here for Jing. And Crystal just 1 kill away from tying it up against him. And considering how things had started, that is just so damn impressive here for Crystal. Something going to be noted here, the recon not getting cleared quite immediately there. As Operator noticed here on this B side, reposition once again from Alexi, just moving up in towards tower. Something jumps up over the top. Drifts down, spike now planted behind the box. Looking to try to get themselves out of here, but ooh, that Nebula came up just in time. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested as well here from Tara. Looking to try to make this unassailable. Shock Dart goes forward. Kelly S eats a little bit of that damage, down to 77. Still, though, these post plans have been so rough from PRX. They desperately need one here to stop Global Zipto from getting up to map point.
Yeah. Don't want that overtime either. After the lead that they've built, Cosmic Divide expires.
Here.
Joke's over!
away. Push around in through halls. Running back now. Getting popped here from Jing. Looking to try to go ahead and move forward. Scout things out. The timer, however, ticking. The spike not being held whatsoever. Swing out starting to come through. Something able to find one. Something finding another. But there's just too much time having been bought. Damn near everybody going to be taken down here. Something and Tara will survive. This is tied up now. 11-11. Global Zip, though. This time the ones stumbling a bit on the retake. And that's going to force a timeout immediately.
No one was able to tap the spike despite the smoke coverage already on top of it. PRX was able to apply so much pressure on top of the cosmic divide. We get to see a session with the coach here with Global Zipto. I mean, understandable. They've had wonderful performances on their retakes constantly. Every single time B has been the point of contention. But that time, well, they had the lack of time. Pressure was building, and a lot of space was really garnered by PRX, especially with the run it back pressure coming from Jing as well.
I mean, this was probably the most frazzled that we've seen Global Zipto look this entire tournament.
That's true.
Was this round right here. Seemed like for the most part, they've been pretty on point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that the closer rounds, ones where they've not quite been able to scrape by with a victory, it's at least been, them having a solid game plan that just ends up getting picked apart. This one, the retake, completely just out of their depth, out of their comfort zone there. So I like the timeout call here. Just make sure that slowdown in communication isn't coming through. Still just 2 rounds away from taking this opening map. But now with that, after that round win, so too is PRX. So pressure has been stacking up for both of these teams. Alexi, maybe looking for a push out, but no, isn't going to go for the wider swing here. So misses out on these 3 players that are slowly creeping up towards Art Kelly S. Jiggling on the corner. Spots out Jing, backs away.
Still has that arc rose to set up. Plant that flash. Lots to clear, but they have an idea.
Slow back away. Op still set up on an angle, but no one going to be giving Alexi the time of day here. It's just going to be the wraparound to that B site once again. As you were right when you said they want to avoid Kelly S.'s setups, and well, they spotted him on the A side of the map. They said, well, let's just go to B once more.
And every single time the swap tries to happen for Kelly S, they immediately go to A as well. They really are good at identifying where it is, and now lockdown being placed in.
Rotations can start to come through. Forsaken, spike in hand here for the moment, likely to pass that off to somebody else to get the plant down. Or we'll just move up forward in towards the corner to try to get this. But, I mean, already lockdown has been used. No one detained. Spike now planted. Forsaken needs to get out of there, given that he has the Hunter Sphere online. And now he's just going to be tucked back around the corner now. Shifts his way back towards the pillar. Hot hands at the ready here from Jing. Looking to molly off this access point under tower. Sends it. Poppy going to be the one cut off for the moment as Alexi gets taken down. Something with the Guardian. Able to find one. Hunter Sphere now going to be opened up as something finds another. Kelly S and Ari all hitting the floor. And now with just 2 players left and no money realistically to speak of here, Crystal, Poppy are likely going to have to try to back away. Poppy's going to be good for 1. Put something on the floor, but in the end, Crystal here with the judge is going to look for some exits. We'll be able to come up with 1, maybe a second. Maybe just around the corner. Tries to sprint out, but Jing will go ahead, turn back to get the elimination. PRX not allowing for that timeout to find success. They get themselves up to map point, but given how this map has been going, Rico, especially in the second half, I will not be too shocked if we get ourselves overtime, which I believe would be the first overtime of this tournament.
Yeah, that's correct. It is definitely a very big possibility. They've been exchanging thrifties here and there throughout this entire map. It has been incredibly intense, but they do have enough money for some a bit of a weaker shield. It's still quite the strong buy alongside Hunter's Fury. This could be another B hit. It is only Alexi guarding that area.
Bulldog, and there's the swing out. Something quick to collect it. And that might just be the beginning of the end.
Let's see the flank set up by Kelly S and Poppy. Perhaps this is going to work, but going to get spotted by the alarm bot. Might be a bit of a dicey situation or location.
Oh, looking for the flick, looking for the knives, and Eri does manage to bring it back to a bit of parity. Crystal, Hunter's Fury online. He's been so damn good about finding eliminations with this. If he opens up and is able to find a kill, that could be enough, but double push around the back. Tara noting this, calling for some reinforcements. They now look to all face forward in towards Club. Jing able to find one. The Hunter's Fury now coming through, but just not sent over towards where all of the players from PRX are at. The plant is here, wide open.
Cage triggered.
It's 3v2, the cage, to try to hold things down to half. The shot's now starting to ring out. Crystal does well to find one, but the defuse, is it actually going to be held? No! So very close, but just can't quite get it done. They will go ahead and find that elimination, and PRX will start off this grand final 1-0 with a victory on Pearl.
What a nail biter. The cage just expiring at the very last moment, so they knew exactly where to shoot their shots. But it started off again on the first half. PRX with a dominating 4-round win. But eventually what kept closing in after the swap, the retakes, and of course can't forget about this moment from Crystal and something with the knives. That allowed, something to get that big operator time and time again, almost every single round.
Well, I mean, some great moments all throughout. I mean, Jing with the 4K there. Ivy's clutch, absolutely fantastic. Crystal the whole way throughout. There's some great moments already just here in map 1, so I'm very much looking forward to how the rest of this is going to develop. But this is us seeing Global Zipto shaken up kind of for the first time in this tournament. It's been so rock steady this whole way throughout, but this time unable to complete that run back on this map. And given this was their pick, that could be a potential cause for concern for the remainder of this series. So they're going to have to fire back even stronger in that next map in mind.
That's true. They, especially yesterday, we get to see some wonderful moment from everybody over at PRX. But as we take a look at the first kill stats, it is dead even, Achilles.
12 and 12 first kills, 1-1 on Thrifties. Yeah, I mean, the second half especially delivered some crazy back and forth between these two squads. But just, yeah, PRX, I don't know, able to just grind away at them a little bit more, just work down Global round after round. And for them to be able to recover, especially after the catastrophic start in the second half, that run back, the double force that they basically had to really just break down that economy that basically wasn't even delivering in kills or spike plants. I think it speaks a lot to the perseverance here of the players. But Jing, incredible on the Phoenix as ever. Got slowed down a lot, as did most of everyone on the side of PRX. I remember at one point he was 19-7-5, ends up at 25-16. So at one point there was a lot more dying than there was killing happening here for the Phoenix. And that was the time where Crystal was kind of catching up and looking to overtake with his 24-15 score.
Oh yeah, especially with the Guardian shots and the Sheriffs on the pistol rounds. Crystal is really, can be, well, always pretty scary and no matter what weapon. But of course, our MVP is Jing, especially during the first half, just as you mentioned, just having to maximize that run it back, having a very fast and swift 3K one of the rounds, just really such a scary player, especially during those times.
Yeah, I mean, if we were voting for this and not just going off the general statistics, I'd probably actually give this to Kohibi on this map, just because that one clutch, it felt like that was what kind of saved them and allowed them to get into position to close out this map for real. But either way, it was a solid effort from everybody on the side of PRX. Global Zipto, though, having their work cut out for them. We'll see how they bounce back as we get ready to go over to PRX's map pick a bind when we come back from the break.
every year, let's get it started. Let's get it started. It's a rock and roll year. 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 Yeah, it's a rock and roll year. It's time to party. Every day, every year, let's get it started. It's a rock and roll year. It's time to party. Every day, every year, let's get it started. It's a rock and roll year. It's a rock and roll year. It's time to party. Somebody say, that not good for me. When I woke up at night, and I see the signs, I cry 'cause I don't wanna be down. I don't wanna be down. I used to, I just see in my heart. I don't be down. I used to. Somebody say, that not good for me. When I woke up at night, and I see the signs, I cry 'cause I don't wanna be down. No, I don't wanna be down. At least today, I just see in my
My thoughts are racing every time I see you. Since that one time I accidentally saw you in the night. That's why I'm trying not to be rude. Please believe me, I'm not thinking about the line. Wish I could just get you off my mind.
Alrighty, we are back. It's now time to go into our second map of this series, our grand final, as PRX coming away with the win. Things got very messy, very down to the wire on Pearl, but PRX were the ones able to clutch it out in the end, 13-11. This close, just about from going into our first overtime of this tournament, but unfortunately haven't seen that yet. But we have Bind coming up. We know PRX love to tool around with a couple different things here. The rain is always possible, but the last time out, we got to see that Yoru as well as the why is my brain not working here? Yoru Raze combination
Raze,
here
yes.
from Jing and Forsaken. So I'm excited that comes back through as well.
Yeah, honestly, it's also the very first time, right? We get to see Global Zipto be rattled a little bit, as again, it's an entirely new look, at least for this the tournament, as they've always been 2-0ing a lot of their series since day number 1. But just as you said, the You're in the Rays, it does feel like you have to have second thoughts getting in between Hookah and the teleporter, or else you might get sandwiched with a lot of these heavy utility, heavy flashes, and just a lot of the coordination of a lot of the PRX players has. So it's a little bit scary to think about, especially you have to think about global esports as trying to bounce back after that close game on Pearl.
Yeah, I think they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, letting that first half end up, being as one-sided as it was to begin with, as well as just not being able to find that victory secured on their map pick. So, curious to see what the bounce back is going to look like here from Global Zipto as we get ready to jump into Bind. But this is kind of the scenario that I was talking about,
right?
And the one that worries me when it comes down to trying to get into that map 5 situation is seeing the Pearl end up going the way of PRX. Because if they come in here and they're able to just take this bind, if they still continue to look really strong, and then still have good adjustments on Ascent, maybe it's going to be out of the cards. But I'm hoping that we can see, at the very least, that split here. But, yeah, hopefully we just get tied up. Let's just trade wins on each other's map picks. How about that?
Yeah, that could be a possibility over here on this big Grand Finals. You get to see, again, Global Zipto having to watch the matches yesterday when they saw that PRX victory on Bind. Again, a lot of aggression. They know that B will be pretty much camped by something. Tara is going to be that, big stalwart defense on Bath. So they have a pretty good idea on who's going where. I guess it's one of those things where how do you have to flush them out of there in their respective positions? Or how do you even deal with the 1v1s? I mean, they were able to do so. But at the very tail end of Pearl, that big 1v1s has been going in favor of something and towards Jing or, Kohaibi as well.
All right, well, taking a look, it is going to be an adjustment here. Okay.
Wow.
Sentinel from the side of PRX as Forsaken is going to be playing the Deadlock. And Jing sticking to the race. So not going to be seeing the double duelist. Instead, it's just going to be a mirroring of the compositions.
Yeah, no, Yoru. Yeah, you're right. It is going to be a little bit of a battle of the Sentinels here. Having to just really have that big fortress swapping defense over defense with the Cypher and the Deadlock. It is going to be quite the challenge to try and clear everything all out, unless you have something that is able to destroy that with either the Sova. You do have your pain shells as well from Kelly S and Jing. I'm excited about this. Kelly S versus Jing as well. The double raise. We'll start here as Global Zipto is going to start on defense and PRX on the attacking side.
All right, well, for now, looks like PRX anticipating a massive push out from Connector. None to be spotted there. Instead, it's going to be a double walk up as Shower Orb is about to be taken. Swing coming through, and 2 kills quickly going to be collected. The Sheriff now upgraded over in towards Forsaken's hands. As the full wraparound starts coming in here from Global Zipto, desperately trying to get themselves over towards the A site, but Jing already positioning in deep. Wall going to be set up here from the barrier mesh. That's going to flush them over in towards heaven. And getting out from here going to prove to be pretty damn difficult. Sights are set up as the Molly. Oh, not quite going to bounce up to where they wanted. But it's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's still a funnel onto heaven. They don't have to worry about anything else.
Push out, something collecting 1, ignores the boom bot, turns back down for it. Something once again off to a hot start here with the fade. The 3K in the pistol as PRX pull off a flawless.
Yeah, PRX, they're definitely accelerating the pace, starting from Pearl. Just not allowing any sort of quietness or silence before the storm. They stack up, immediately saw catching, Global Zipto off guard, trying to get the orb, and the rest is pretty much history, having that big numbers advantage and having an incredible post plant with the Deadlock. The meshes and the sonic sensors can be proven to be deadly, especially if Forsaken remains alive after. Part 2.
Part 2 indeed. Crystal around the corner. Just the classic in hand, and well, it's not Jing with the Spectre, it's something with the Ghost. Finds that elimination. A-site once again going to be broken open. Cam spotting out multiple players. Will just get cleared as... Let's see what he can make happen. Angel's going to be lobbed in. Oh, and Jing just rushing in towards backside and getting over his life. There's a couple little odd plays come through. End up losing out on Terra as well as Jing, who looked to try to get a little bit more aggressive, but it's another 3K for something with a Ghost in hand. Why does he use any other weapon? I don't know, but he's up 6-0-1, and PRX now have 2-round victories behind them.
He doesn't need a Spectre, doesn't need that Sheriff. Ghost is all something needs. Even two. Wow, okay. It is towards that big operator buy, and two orbs left for Nightfall again. These numerous frags just leading up to a big ult economy. Now this, I wonder if they're ready for this over and long.
We shall see. Pivot over. There's the jiggle peek, there's the shot. Something's a surprise. I didn't buy the last 2 rounds, and now I have an operator. Immediately finds value. Just, I mean, stuffing Crystal out at the start of these rounds. That is a brutal thing to be doing here. The Global Zip, though, just given how dependent they've been on him, you know, having consistent fragging power. Kelly is able to find one, though. Something taken down the operator on the floor for the moment. Boombot. Ooh, spots out one. Kelly S as the smoke spawns. Good to find one. Looks for a little bit more here to Forsaken, but an area able to push their way forward here towards the edge of Hookah. Terra, the molly at the ready. Can bank it off the wall. Trying to go for the delay. Meanwhile, Kohibi trying to open things up a bit. The molly is in play, but it's all down to Terra now on her lonesome. Couple players low on HP. Alexi just around the corner. The defuse getting started. Poppy at full HP. The swing out of the smoke, and Alexi snappy with a headshot. Puts them down, and the operator ends up being lost. Maybe recoverable. Looks like yes, they do have it there.
This fight isn't over until
Global Zipto not allowing for a bonus conversion this time around.
Yeah, that was a little bit scary knowing that, you know, Crystal, you mentioned it, constantly being the victim of first blood in 3 rounds in a row. And constantly being found. If not in baths, though, surprise, I moved on to log, and yet you guys are still here. PRX, though, able to build up that aforementioned Nightfall. And, you know, something, any gun that he carries, definitely still a threat to still behold. But now, baths fight once more.
Swing out. Kelly is able to go ahead and utilize that carried over operator to at least trade it back down their fade. Cypher gone on the opposite side. Neri holding. Do they realize?
Oh my.
How's he even gotten to this position? Either way,
Definitely
I'm not sure if they're going to
jumped.
be able to read this one at all.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one to try to crack and suss out there. Is swing out. I guess able to find one. Showstopper drawn through. Finds the third. Looks for Terra. Can't quite make it happen. Something now trying to strike. Caught up by the tripwire that he had gotten past the first time. Spike is going to be brought over as the Nightfall comes through. Cage Pop and Prowler on the hunt. The swing out into the open. And Harry just holding their ground is able to find the elimination. Plant can come in. Molly, as well as the orbital strike, still online here for Terra. Versus Crystal just backpedaling, trying to get situated over towards elbow. Swings the corner out to safety fast enough. Crystal reads this wisely. Is slowly creeping up from behind, and there is no read here from Terra at all. But now we start playing Ring Around the Rosie a bit. Can Terra get themselves out towards the doorway fast enough? The answer is going to be no. Patiently, Crystal. It pays off. Finds the kill, gets the defuse. Will be tied up at 2-2.
Gotta love that decision making coming from Crystal on these 1v1s. You know, not knowing that you had the time, knowing where it was planted in the first place, process of elimination. I'm not gonna tap the spike to not reveal my position, and just being much faster when it comes to that movement. But, you know, we get to see the early fights. Kelly, yes, getting a lot of these frags to boil down to a 1v1. We even saw something having to sneakily go past the tripwire and into hookah. But unable to carry the kill off of Veneri. There's a little bit of a delayed kill. But it's Paper Rex back on this eco. Jing with a Bucky. Really excited to see where this is. He's going to send himself flying. And it could be towards A.
Something's just white swinging with the sheriff, and he's outgunning Kelly S. Takes him down from top of truck.
Prepare for hellfire.
Finds that one. Orbital strike going to be committed in towards back sight, hoping that they've walled somebody into a corner. They have not. Lexi here at Shower still able to find one. He's going to be taken down, but something comes up with yet another. As this is just a classic Paper X round. Press W, rush it down, and come away with a thrifty win to regain the lead. The weapon needing to be passed over. Oh dear. Well, I think they might have gotten it there at the very end.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. And looking at the replay, we're like...
I like that we have basically not heard a single peep or like not many facial expressions out of something this entire time. And now he just made it an amazing GIF.
Very true.
Hopefully somebody gets to making that one. There is, oh my goodness. Let's focus on Jing, blast packing over to the side, not paying attention to something in Tara, getting absolutely destroyed by the paint shells. Now they're on to Kelly S. Jing deafened for the moment. Sends out his own nade, but similar scenes to the previous round, but this time it's Global who are looking to shut them down and pull off a thrifty of their own.
It's quite a possibility. They are going to get funneled through hookah, which is just infested with Zipto members.
Luminary. A little bit of damage found there. They're on the prowler. Well, I'd be very much worried about that push from behind.
Ooh.
He's going to try to creep forward. Close the gap here. Judge in hand. There's the reveal. More than enough. As it now falls to Kohibi to once again try to pull off a miracle clutch.
Annihilation.
Comes for the plant. Hears the footsteps. Knows that Crystal's going to be here.
30
Lab
seconds left.
goes for it once again, but Crystal remaining stagnant. TB in from behind, and as they go for the swing, Crystal is a little bit too fast on the draw. Finds the shot, and we stay tied up at 3-3.
Constantly cycling through a lot of these weaponry. It's a gun showcase or something. Back to the operator we go, and long will be the point of contention.
Rush out from Jing, trying to catch a Neri here. Swung out wide, but instead it's just going to be clear the cam.
There.
Out from Crystal, just cutting off access here on short. No one peeking out, giving any kind of opportunity there to something.
So much to clear out. No information just yet. They're all so pulled back on the side of Global Zipto. Now it's forcing the timer to run through as Paper Rex needs to sort of select where to go.
Okay, there's the trip. Spotted out by the Prowler. This time, not able to quite secure anybody in behind it. As, ooh, Kelly.
I know exactly
Yes,
where.
just staying quiet, trying to retreat. Should be able to get away from this as a showstopper. Will have expired by now. But does still get spotted out. As the paint shells go his way, gets started, tucks back into the corner. He's able to stay alive, but 3 players left alive. Annihilation here from Crystal. Does he just send it to try to find an opening pick? There's a couple key standard positions that you would expect to spot somebody at, but given the players falling to the wayside, he can't commit it here. And especially now that he's on his lonesome, I think it would be a bridge too far. Time just not quite on their side here. Crystal going to see if he can get any additional value. Knows that the economic situation for Paper X still not too great, but ultimately will have to just back away. Picks up the Vandal, goes to separate ways. Paper X once again continuing to just have this swing back and forth in the rounds.
Yeah,
There's no
it's
need for the enemy
knowing
to
that the
suffer.
operator's still
Kill
in,
them
well,
fast.
pretty much operational on the side of something. Still good, kept economy leading into that big win. That big funnel from Halls might be a bit too tricky for that retake, but we'll see. Crystal has been holding on to this annihilation for the perfect moment, and Kelly S has his own operator to match something, but so far, statistics-wise, it does feel like something has been winning a lot of these 1v1s, these initial contact plays.
He has been. Oh, rushing
Whoa.
forward. No way for Crystal to get the heck out of there. Boombot causes a little bit of a minor distraction. Paint shells to clear the close corner. Nightfall considered here from Alexi. Ops to send it over towards short. It's going to connect onto 4 players as Annihilation does get sent out, but will not find the touch. So kill not coming through, not getting that pull forward. Empty-handed here at the end of the day is Forsaken. Alexi, though, still fighting back, finding Kohibi. Something has the op in play. Swing out from Poppy, exiting out of showers. Swaps now over to the Vandal. This Global Zipto get themselves closer and closer to
Sensor tripped.
this spike. 3v3, Forsaken slides forward, taking this close angle. Boombot reveals. Has to jump back. Here's the blast pack up on top of the box. The push out of the smoke. Forsaken able to find the second. And now Inari is going to be forced to backpedal. Rotating in towards the site. Swing out. Forsaken immediately finds the third headshot. And PRX not allowing for Global Zipto to continue nipping at their heels. They will stretch the lead by 2 rounds once more.
Ooh, the killer instincts from Forsaken really in full bloom here. Knowing, hearing the satchel, smoke, the read that Kelly S is going to all go on top of the box as well. And having, just have these snappy shots.
Oh, shit.
I think at the very end he thought he was going to die to the spike. Oh, boy. Well, clearly, PRX still having fun.
Molly.
Poppy just going to be sitting out the molly, trying to stop the approach here. Might be early rotations. I mean, full share of purchase. Only a couple players having these half armors, 2 without any armor whatsoever. Looking for the C's paint shells here. Poppy able to get back around the wall, though. Protected enough for the K. Will go away, and Alexi finds a great first shot. Jing getting taken down. Forsaken, however, turns back over towards the teleporter, finds one, tries to remove the net. Poppy's able to swing out, finds that kill, and now the spike is going to be stranded. Suddenly, once again, potential thrifty here for Global Zipto, but something is still fighting back. Annihilation gets dodged. Nightfall built up, sent, goes over towards the players, and Kohibi is ready, pushing back forward here into Hookah, mows them down for the 3K. And PRX, they bailed themselves out of a sticky situation.
Yeah, I thought that would have been another thrifty. This tripwire just gaining so much value from Inari. I mean, just really force the push and just play through that contact. And of course, you have to see like Kohibi really happy about that one, especially the constant, presence that she's able to play out ever since Perlin as well. Kelly S does have that showstopper, so I imagine this could be activated here as soon as they have an inkling that A might be that target.
Well, 1-for-1 over here at B. Long. Crystal able to take down Kohibi. They lose Inari, so just a trade on the ciphers for here. As Prowler checking forward. Jing still feeling comfortable enough. Will grab the orb. 2 away from that showstopper. Looks like after that first contact and the trade loss over on B, PRX still wanting to rotate towards this side of the map. They'll start working their way back through. 3 players now set up on A. Crystal on his lonesome, needing to be the hero, needing to try to at least go equal, if not trade up here. Sage on the line, the swing coming through, finds the first one, looks for the second, can't quite make it happen.
No escape.
Sonic
Sights
sensors
wide open now.
gone.
Listening.
But yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a rough retake. It's going to be a travel. They're already rushing through. No ults for this except
She's made.
Showstopper.
They're able to
Oh!
find one. Great combination. Forsaken going to be caught. Now the Showstopper. It's already been built up. Went away from another paint shell here is Kelly S. And now with the player advantage, might just be able to make this happen.
There.
The Molly's already been committed. Nothing else for the post plant available to the side of Paper X. The Showstopper
One enemy remaining.
drawn out. Jing finding one before getting eliminated, but it all falls down to Tara. We heard her yesterday saying that this is her map. Can she prove that here once more? The defuse being held. The swing forward finds the first one, tucks back around the corner. It's happened on the reswing. Kelly S will be able to find the elimination. Failing it, GE out of yet another round loss. They get up to 4, but it's still so very costly.
Oh yeah, it was all boiling down to Kelly S, that lone player. And speaking of lone players, Crystal,
Planted.
all his lonesome onto Hookah, at least finds a trade to make this round a bit doable. Tara felt like it was so close for her to get this clutch, but Kelly S was just so ready for that peak. And now Paper X, they do have a lot of ultimates to work with, including the neural theft. After that one orb, we'll have to see. Barrier mesh is constantly being a threat onto short. But Showstopper right
sent
away.
immediately. Jing blast packing his way in through showers.
Whoa!
Seeking target, sends it. Poppy going to be taken down. Just playing off of that lobbed in net. Lexi, kind of missing the opportunity there for a brief little moment, but as she turns back, we'll be able to find Jing. Good
down
Scriby as
I
well.
got the spike.
As things get so very messy so very quickly. Just as C is available here for
planted.
something. As he gets the spike planted, shifts across. More towards showers. The wall holding them back here for the moment. As they swing out, nothing spotted.
Over there.
Crystal, though, the reads have been clean. Can he get another one here? It looks like something's going to make it a little bit easier. Creeps back forward, but they're actually going to double tuck in through lamps. Sees Haunt. Their own net available.
Find you.
Lobbed in.
We'll catch
Haunt
them.
quick cleared. As the Seas goes in.
One enemy
Swing
remaining.
out, looking for the headshot. He's able to find it, but
With a 40.
the hold at the half already completed. Crystal will be able to go ahead and scoop this one up, and Global Zipto
All is
they
well.
run back these last several rounds and now have an opportunity to tie things at 6-6 on the
Last round
half.
before the switch.
Oh boy, it's getting close to Psych Pearl once more as we get to see the catch-up. I love this combo, the Gravnet into the Showstopper. But Alexi, a massive set of frags before she falls. And of course, boiling down to the 1v2 to get that trade on the board. Now Paper X back on the buys, but not exactly on the shields. Annihilation still available for Forsaken. Unable to use that so far, as things have been happening so rapidly once they enter the site.
I mean, they really have been. We have 3 ultimates nearly there built up as well for Global Zipto.
Nothing there.
All right, Annihilation to check close into Hookah. Nothing going to be spotted there. Sensors as well as tripwires set up on the exit from this point. As there's the drop down. Nightfall crashing across, and Forsaken going to be gunned down. And Neri out from elbow, able to find one. Jing with the paint shell, finding another. Cam up over the top. Ping reveals coming through off the neural theft. Chaotic starts the cam, still not cleared out, and Neri still present. Top of the cage, looks for Jing, can't quite make it happen, but Kelly is recovering fire. Go ahead and find him. Trades it back out. Wide swings out of the smoke, using the boombot as a perfect distraction. And it's so well engineered and piloted there by Neri. Thriving in the chaos. We get tied up 6-6.
Yeah, that was an intense amount of pressure there onto elbow. It hasn't exactly able to get that cleared out, and therefore a lot of pressure. Now it's a half. Let's go take a short break first.
Alrighty, we are back. Tied up 6-6 here at the half. A solid effort in the end from Global Zipto, running back 3 rounds in a row to bring us to this point. Now, we'll see who's going to be able to gain the lead
Is destroyed.
as we go into the second pistol.
Another Bath's contention, a 4-stack at that. Tara has to be careful.
Corner here for now. Spots out play. Taking good damage. Just go ahead and try to throw in that net. Peek forward. Forsaken able to find one Jing. His nade comes in as he arrives from behind. Frenzy in hand as well. Out of the teleporter. And the crunch play from PRX looks absolutely phenomenal. Looking like perhaps another flawless end it is here in the pistol. PRX will take the first step here in the second half.
That was over in an instant. I mean, we talked about better be careful if you're going to be stuck in between Hookah and the teleporter. They can do the same right outside of Baths. That's exactly what happened. The frenzy play come from the side of PRX, just really decimating the rest of Global Zipto. Next thing you know, the round is over. It is going to be another stack of utility onto B, so they definitely have to think twice, as they may do it again on that teleporter play.
Clear out the haunt. Slow creep up. 5-man death ball, but something waiting. There's the net as he just swing the corner. He's thinking about it. Never mind. It's going to be Jing gaining vision first and foremost. As Forsaken and something, they will get a tiny piece of the pie, but the lion's share goes to Jing, who's now 1 away from the showstopper, going into PRX's bonus round.
It's the death crunch once more. I mean, it was an eco, but it's a little bit of a preview of what might happen. It take a bit of time. On the outskirts of Hookah, a judge could be waiting a teleporter from behind. But this is now quickly onto the bonus. Everything was happening in a blink of an eye. And let's see how Global Zipto is able to take advantage of that. So far, unable to create any build-up onto the ultimates. Not as much, but hopefully this may be the round.
Slower start here. Steady creep up. Global Zipto just working their way forward here towards Garden. Probably to check. We'll get a brief little spot out there onto Crystal, so some presence going to be noted. Something like an interesting position to hold here. Wide corner with a judge in hand. Jump forward. Yep, not much you're going to be able to do there as Kellyas just arrives up over the top. A showstopper. Jing immediately stomps him out.
I have the spike.
Pain shell sent. Teleporter needed to be taken, and already Tara still here on this A side of the map. Crystal waiting to see if there's going to be any kind of pursuit coming through. Nothing noted. Now makes their exit. Tara's just waiting here, hugging on the corner. Even though there's still 40 seconds remaining, if this spike hits the floor, that may just be the end of it. Yeah, there's the clear out. Crystal with everything to do. Finds one, finds the second. Surely, we can't keep doing this. Pinged out, stunned for the moment, but the plant can come in. Re-clears it. Now opts to go for the TP back. Counter-rotate, but it gets rid of the wall. That gets rid of the kind of chokeholds that he was trying to establish. Just the one sonic sensor as the plant comes in. About 9 seconds left to go.
10 seconds
Just
left.
the tap.
One
The swing out.
remaining.
Predicts it absolutely gorgeously.
Spike planted.
And Jing with 13 HP would have to be so on point, and he is not. Crystal, how does he keep doing this? The 4K to drag this round back.
The game sense is astonishing. The read, the mechanics to back that all up. Having to know that using the barrier mesh,
10 seconds.
fake a lot of these plants, knowing that there's 10 seconds on the clock, I still have room to bait this tap out for a peek to make it a 1v1. Everything is so crystal clear for Crystal.
Unbelievable. Just when it was looking like a little bit of a rougher performance from him on the map. And he goes ahead and pulls off something like that. Something, however, speaking of which, close corner, but immediately covering fire is going to be taken down as Forsaken ends up dying. Player advantage here to the side of Global Zipto as they look to tie things up at 8-8. Ooh, spot out to an airy. They move up though. Pressing forward, not anticipating Tara to go for the peek out of Lamp, so kill found.
Here.
My territory, my rules.
Here over the top of the drop down. Kelly's just dancing around. Vibey losing track of him though. Doesn't manage to find Crystal before getting taken down as there's the Molly and there's Poppy getting burnt to a crisp.
Standing.
Kelly yes now. Similar scenes. Low HP with everything to do. Has the showstopper. Something's pushing forward. But now he can't defuse. The plant is in. It's a clutch. It's another 4K. Back-to-back insane rounds here for Global to tie it up.
What are
the
we
hell is
witnessing?
happening?
I know, it's crazy. It feels like it's an anime fight after an anime fight, having a bunch of these kills to lead into the showstopper. And then I'm fine dying. It's okay as long as there's no one to defuse. And of course, Kellius is gonna be happy about that one for sure.
Unbelievable. And still no timeouts in sight.
Yeah.
There's a haunt. Send here as Crystal Outlaw at the ready. Knows that there's going to be basically zero armor. On the opposite side, Kohibi back away. Needs a tiny bit of damage here. Double setup in Hookah. Not finding too many targets coming their way though. It's just an area on the opposite side, slow creeping forward. Thing with that Bucky may just be able to find something, but looks like he will not. Crystal's going to be taken down all the same though. Kohibi able to find that kills. Prowler chases into the corner. Lexi at the same time finding something. The spray just narrowly avoiding finding it, but eventually it's the blast pack of all things to come up with the goods. Bucky out, Jing just chipping away at them as much as possible, but it's only a couple of pellets connecting. So he'll grab a sheriff. The teleporter will be taken by everyone on the side of Global Zipto. As now they look to slow things up a bit, play it out a little bit more quietly. Nightfall, give it over to Alexi with the orb.
There.
If they open with it on this angle,
30 seconds
we'll
left.
connect onto just about everyone, narrowly missing here onto Tara. So here comes the creep
One
up.
enemy
Jing
remaining.
keeping Tara
One
protected,
enemy
but
remaining.
Poppy's able to find one, and Jing just does it right back to them. The 1, 2, 3 with the sheriff in hand. What in the hell is happening here on Bind?
3 times in a row. You're getting back-to-back 4Ks. And that...
Oh, let's go. Woo.
Let's go indeed.
Oh my goodness. This is just some of the wildest swings that we've seen. Now PRX back into a 1-round lead. The push out, something is a 2-for-1. Sees, takes them all so low, gets the no-scope headshot onto Poppy.
They're done.
And the crunch play will turn the tides, will change the pace, will change the trend. As PRX now get themselves up to double digits. No 4Ks this time around.
These rounds have been going by so fast, and yet slows down in the middle and then just ends in a very crazy climax for either of these players from Global Zipto or PRX for the 4K. And the meat grinder happens once more. Global Zipto has to think twice to be staying about Hookah or outside of Baths for a little bit. We'll see if they pick up the pace once more, because things are not going in their favor. PRX have been on fire.
Well, once again, slowing things down, not looking to have yet another crazy fast clash coming through. While we have this pause in the action, I just want to give a shout out to everyone watching this live, because this has been so insane between these two teams in the most brilliant way possible.
Wrong, buddy.
Now you gotta feel bad for the people who are gonna be watching the VODs, trying to catch up and figure out why everyone's losing their minds over this one. Orbital Strike gonna be sent out here. No one in lamps to receive that damage. Nightfall now crashing across, sent forward here by something. Gets a connection onto a couple different players. Forsaken looking for the setup there. Gets the reel in, does hit him all the way across over towards Showers.
Last player standing.
Gets the pull forward, and That's as Kelly S. Yep, will pop out of the net. It's a flawless round here for PRX, who want to bring this bind now to its conclusion. Just 2 rounds left to go.
Yeah, it was just zero visibility, tons of smokes across that entirety of A. It was Lamps that was this big defense that, Global Zipto had to clear to take control of the entire side, but it was, again, something. That big constant multi-frag in that round. Now back to Eco for the Global Zipto. You haven't exactly seen the big thrifties, just like Pearl. It has been PRX just being in such an online lead.
See, it's the nade. Terra gonna try to get away from that, but just can't quite do it. Lasting long enough to be able to find the kill. Solid little set play here for Global Zipto. Getting a thrifty would be a great way to get themselves right back into the action. Right back into the trends that we were seeing earlier on. Cam set up. It's a spot out of the one, so he's able to find Alexi there. Picking him down over at Showers. Showstopper pulled out. No, Kelly S. just going to be sniped out of the sky. Something with far too clean of a headshot. Comes away with it. And the neural theft investment isn't going to lead to much. 2 players down, but still playing forward. PRX get themselves now up to map point.
This is going to be a timeout call, perhaps. We have not seen a single timeout in this entire map on Bind, and it's a very understandable one. You need to recollect themselves. We get to see Global Zipto sort of, have different paces. They want to slow things down from time to time. So they get first blood with, the Paint Shell Seize combo, but unable to sort of translate that as, again, something just constantly shuts them down, even removing the value off of that showstopper that they can't exactly use anymore on this upcoming round. Very important. We've seen overtimes before from this kind of score, but it's all up to Global Zipto to sort of stabilize after these sets of rounds where PRX is just going ham on them.
A lot of pressure here onto the timeout. 4 rounds consecutively needed to try to take this into OT. Failed to do that. Failed to win in OT, even if you could even get there. And PRX will be sitting at a 2-0 lead in this grand final. 1 map win away from closing it out, which would force Global Zipto to pull off a reverse sweep. Not a position you ever want to be in, but one that feels ever so likely here for the team, given the trend here in these last several rounds. You have to be thinking, if you're those players, is okay, PRX just did 4 in a row, we can do the same. On top here, it comes through Prowler. Back up, comes in from Jing, just making sure they keep this up, obscured for now. Wide swing out, something flicks up, he's able to find the kill. Alexi on the floor.
It's gonna be really rough. Showstopper. It's gonna find
Locked
a
in.
second.
Then that's just brutality. Not much more to be done there. Smoke's now just cycled here from Terra on short. The push forward footsteps going to be heard. Tripwire set up on the side. Kelly S just tucked behind the box. Terra thinking about it. Does she just go for the shots, trying to take them down. Swings out from the one side. Nothing going to be spotted there. Kelly S is able to find one, but now the ping reveal. Swing onto the corner. They take their targets. They nail it. As that is going to be much more dominant appearance here on Bind compared to the opening map. PRX now have a 2-0 in their hands, as they are going to be looking for a dominant sweep here in the grand finals.
And that's the thing, right? You see the first half, it was quite neck and neck. It ended in a 6-6. They were definitely trading blows. They were having early scrappy fights outside of baths and outside of hookah. But then afterwards, when the second half happened, it was like PRX was on a different kind of level. Something was just constantly getting a lot of these multi-frags. Where you get to see Crystal get that 4K, that crazy clutch for Global Zipto. But after that, Jing also had his own moment. Kelly S had his own moment. And PRX just really dominated the second half after.
They did. Well, we'll take a look here at the stats before going into the break. But this is one that Global Zipto are going to have to utilize incredibly well. They've elected to go for that second map pick, their second in the draft as Ascent, where they were able to put up that 13-2 victory over Paper X at the start of this tournament. But we have seen the adaptations from Paper X. We've seen the level up in their performance, getting back into much more comfortable positions and putting up insane performances like we witnessed all throughout this bind as well as there on Pearl. So that Ascent is not going to feel anywhere near as cozy as it would have previously.
Oh yeah, for sure. If Paper X continues this trend, if they're able to translate that onto the next map, Ascent, then, you know, just as you said, it's not going to be as comfortable. It actually could be incredibly deadly as they continue to do so, as we get to see Paper X just having that big first blood stat in their favor, double of global esports and Zipto. And there were so many instances where Global Zipto in the second half, even though they got first blood, you get to see 2 kills being answered back after by Paper X.
Yeah, just absolute brutality. I mean, just no real opportunity to try to build up that post-plant stat either. It's just couldn't get the spike down, and then when they did, it was okay, but it's just brutal at the hands here of Paper X. Still some nice clutches. We will sing the praises of, you know, the players able to pull those off. I mean, Kelly S as well as Crystal. Some still fantastic performances across the board, but you think about that 4K from Crystal that he was able to pull off. That's 4 of 10 kills, 40%. So not having as much oomph behind his shots here on this map compared to what we've been witnessing on Pearl, what we've been witnessing on previous series, whereas something continues to just be pretty godlike when it comes down to playing this Fade here on Bind. So is going to be the MVP of this map in particular, and just continues to find just amazing performances. I mean, the pistols into the follow-up, you know, playing that out, that anti-eco, starting off 6-0 with nothing but a ghost. It's just, what do you do against that?
Yeah, exactly right. It was almost a gun showcase. You know, he went from the Ghost to the Guardian to the Operator, just being a nuisance. And we talked about Crystal. I do feel like something has something to do with that. You know, Crystal has been constantly found as the, you know, victim of First Blood.
Well, either way, let's see what the adjustments look like. Global on their last legs here in the tournament. Match point is in the hands of Paper X. We're going to go to a quick little break. When we come back, we'll have Ascent to see if that is going to end at all, or if we can have this series extended by Global. So don't go anywhere.
Get your rock and roll here. 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 Yeah, get your rock and roll here. It's time to party. Every day, every year, let's get it started. Get your rock and roll here. It's time to party. Every day, every year, let's get it started. Get your rock and roll here. Get your rock and roll here. It's time to party.
Alrighty, we are back and about to go into our third and potentially final map of the night. We're going to have our fingers crossed that that is not the case, but we have Ascent coming up now to see whether or not Global Zipto can get themselves back into this series. Because right now, it's PRX dominated, 13-11 into a 13-8 there on Bind. Match point, one more, and this series, the prize pool, everything is all theirs.
Yeah, there's definitely, there's this possibility of a 3-0, but also you keep talking about this. We bring this up, that Ascent performance coming from Global Zipto, that big 13-2 victory over PRX in day number 1 was so important. And it does feel like it was, some of the heroics definitely came from Crystal on that Sova on Ascent. So we did get to see glimpses of that on Bind, but the problem is if he gets shut down pretty early, then, it is going to be definitely hard for him to do anything at all. He's gone.
Yeah, it really, we saw some nice moments, again, the clutch is coming through, but the consistency was not there from Crystal, and that's what we have come to expect from him in this tournament, is that consistency. He, Papi Chulo as well, being consistent in being the top fraggers, and that was something that was fairly absent from both of them, frankly. They're on Bind, so we'll see how everything comes together here in Ascent. I think it's going to be a bit more comfortable of a map for them, just because it is Ascent. You get to have, Crystal moving back over onto that staple Sova that he is so well versed at as well. So I think that we're overall going to see a bit more of a stable performance from them. The big question is, how good does PRX look compared to when we had seen them before? I think it's going to be quite stark, just given how everyone is playing right now. 13-2, a repeat of that should be absolutely out of the question, damn near impossible to replicate, given the form that PRX is showing. But if we can have that comfort from Global, maybe then they could still be able to wrangle a win away.
Yeah, I think, PRX looks really, really good, especially the recent 2 maps from Pearl to Bind. It does feel like it's just so close for the first half, but then after the second, that's when they really constantly, pick up the pace, manage to garner more steam. But also there's this big factor of what are we going to get? Are we going to be seeing, the Jing something Jet and Reyna this time around? Or are they going to be falling back into something entirely different and just really catch Global Zipto by surprise?
They may, just because it's PRX. We never know. Forsaken just played, second time Deadlock right there on that Bind. Just decided, hey, let's just pivot away from playing the double duelist. I'm just going to keep playing every single agent under the sun because I can. So it could just be more of that here from the team. But it could also be potentially Jing playing off-roll, and then Forsaken picking up the Jet alongside the Reyna, or it could be something playing Jet with Jing playing Reyna, and then Forsaken still playing, Initiator. This is the problem with this team, is that just trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do is nigh impossible, and typically when I don't know what they're going to do, I go and I ask Alex, and he's A, we're not at a LAN, so I can't do that easily, and B, he's not taking part in this tournament because he's in Japan. So I can't just hit him up real quick and say, okay, what do the boys got going on? Because he doesn't even know.
It'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise for everybody. For sure, coming into Ascent. At this point, they've already set the tone. They've already managed to get online it's definitely one of those games where you can play extra loosely. I suppose they've been really ruling every single site, every single weapon at that, whether if it's a thrifty or just a single ghost, especially on something. I do think they have what it takes to just, play anything that they could, and they're able to pull it off.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and take a look at the agent select. As unsurprising from the side of Global Zipto, no changes there, but somewhat surprising. PRX not making any adjustments either, sticking with what worked ever so well for them in that second series versus DRX. They are just going to be keeping something on this Reyna and giving Jing a couple more reps with the Jet.
Yep, so it is going to be an Neri versus Jing matchup over here on that Jet. Really excited to see. You get to see the mood of PRX, Tara, all smiles as well. They're locked and loaded and ready to go.
All right, that we are. Well, mentioned it last time. We'll mention it once again. Crystal coming out has that Sheriff in hand. Saw the ace from him that first set. Can he replicate it here to try to start turning the tides for Global Zipto in this grand final? PRX were able to find both the pistols on bind. Will that trend continue for them as well?
Is indeed the question. All these pistol rounds have been quite fast, but maybe Ascent would take this a bit slower.
A little bit of early damage found there off the shock. Crystal down to 68, 78.
Still in sight.
You're forward. Footsteps noted as well as the recon getting the ping out. PRX knowing that they've successfully staved off this approach in towards B main, so rotations start up just a bit. Looks like something going to stick around as that singular devour, so if you can get a kill, you can back out quickly. But it is just going to be a cut of the noise and a regress in towards B here from Global Zipto. Oh, there's the headshot. There's the dismiss.
Barrier deployed.
Snake of the night just makes his way out,
Throwing net.
slithering into the tall grass. Swing forward. Something good for a second one. This time not going to be able to find a third. Spray across here with that Sheriff, looking for a couple shots woven in towards Alley, but a minor amount of contact found there by Crystal, down to 8 HP now. Lurk from Alexi, though, could end up being absolutely monstrous here for the team. Switch up onto the corner. Oh no, dancing around the bullets, and Tara's able to stabilize it. Alexi just not quite able to align the crosshair. Poppy will find one Jing going to be taken down, but the two remaining players just no health. 15 between them before they fall. As PRX will continue on their merry way, closing out yet another pistol.
I was about to say, something is trapped, but it's actually the opposite. It is Global Zipto trapped alongside him, and he's able to take down 2 kills before he's able to fall, which made this round, this retake even better for PRX. And Tara having to, play off the reload and try to check. There's somebody there, and it is Alexi. But yeah, things really went PRX's way on this round.
Just maybe one force on the Sheriff here. Looks like Alexi going to be willing to spend down a little bit more to try to get some extra bit of firepower. Otherwise, classics as Jing goes pushing forward as that Judge immediately finds a kill. Let's go ahead and pop the Devour really quick. Get up towards 150. As Gilias trying to go for the jump, doesn't make it to the box, and all of this is being heard here by something.
Yeah, they gotta think twice, especially they don't really know what they're up against, if it's definitely gonna be a Judge, but Jing playing close.
This swings out. Alexi going to be taken down. The rest of Global Zipto now on the approach, working their way. 3 members in towards Tree, with Tara waiting on the opposite side, just jiggling on the corner, spots them out. Paranoia going to be sent, connects on to absolutely all of them. Swap to the Ghost, tries to draw it down, tries to find the kill, can't quite make that happen as Judge onto the corner. Oh, something. He says, wait, I don't have any bullets remaining. Has to reload that clip, but it doesn't matter. Just plays Distract while Forsaken swoops in with a Spectre to get a piece of the action. 1 casualty, up 2-0. PRX already tying their scoreline from that first outing on Ascent.
Oh yeah, it is the constant pistol wins that Paper X has been dealing on the pain against Global Zipto. Really clean round for them. Now it's the buy round. There is that, at least Poppy was able to sort of feed himself with a lot of these orbs and as well as some of these kills. So it's just 2 left for that Cosmic Divide building up, but Empress might be there for something as well. Whoa!
Looking at pizza, Alexi's dead, now I'm hungry. I just ate fried chicken and now I just want to order pizza as well.
Yum.
Well, your disadvantage here, something around the corner. Tailwind forward. Ooh, and that's enough of a distraction. Something's odd to not just try to ignore the jet there. Pays attention to it, pays the iron price. Jing sat here, mesh, net, all thrown in.
Listening.
Elias just going to go backpedaling. Player advantage still established here. As Crystal with the flank of all flanks. Swings on the corner, tries to play this a little bit more patiently, and connects onto both with the transfer. Gorgeously done. Stops this from potentially getting a little bit more out of hand, a little bit more costly. That'll be Global Zipto playing a very nice anti-bonus.
Oh yeah, beautiful flank by Crystal there. These shots were just astonishing to watch. Great display of skill. And again, Crystal, this could be setting the tone for the Crystal that we saw in day number 1, especially on the Sova. But Paper X, though, they do have the Empress available. I would be scared. Something has been also on fire in this series.
Slowed down now. Forsaken, the one with the judge set back on B. Noiseless approach. You're on towards Cat. Something just around the corner over at bench. Empress at the ready. Nothing spotted. Just smoke sent across the map. Terra setting up further defense there
Over
on
there.
B.
Ooh.
Thrown over the top. Something. I believe he does get noted there. Sends out the Lear, just going to start backpedaling now. Does manage to get tucked away, but not in a position now to try to reinforce this side of the map. Jing opening up with a spray, trying to find anything. Paranoia just try to stave up the approach in from Tree. And there he ends up getting their head taken off. Terra solid with the headshot, able to find
down
one.
A.
Jing gets Kelly, yes, but then gets traded out. Still a massive advantage here
30 seconds
for the
left.
side of Paper X. Alexi going to be noted here on the flank. Forsaken desperately trying to draw them closer and closer with that judge, but as they do, Alexi swings the corner, is able to find him, and now suddenly, advantage for a brief moment was in the hands of Global Zipto.
I have this fight.
As I say that, Poppy, last one standing, shuts the door. Goes for the plant, it's being held on to, and that will be his undoing. Instant kill, instant defuse. Gohaibi gonna be getting halfway towards that lockdown now as Paper X move up 3-1.
Yeah, the lead of the round really started when Tara was able to stop that execute, that entry through the site, feeling that big burst blood, and everything just fell apart, despite Alexi getting a pick from across the map as well. The spike had to be picked up in the middle of nowhere. Time wasn't on their side.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, same here. But 3-1. 3-1 lead from Paper X. Empress was used earlier. Good conversion, but Cosmic Divide's going to be kept. And we'll see how they go.
Something dialed in, but spotted. And Neri, great line taken out in the mid. Not expected whatsoever. It's a very good first kill. Poppy as well, similarly tucking back, drifting away from Gelato just in time, but maybe getting slowed up a bit. Maybe trying to set up some of these util, but as he swings back through, reads is ready for Jing, but doesn't quite read that there's going to be a second player. Push up into the smoke now, though. Kaibi lingering, lurking, finding one, and Neri trades it back, however, keeping the advantage in their hands. TP used. Terra outside of A main here for the brief little moment. Flank still coming through as Alexi starts walking forward in towards B.
Last player standing.
The wall off, Forsaken now dead. Terra on their lonesome. everything to do. As just to even make it more complicated, there'll be a sonic sensor set up on the entryway. TP forward, quick little spray across. Kelly's will find it. Global Zipto keeping things nice and tight knit. Just one round down still.
Yeah, these first bloods have been the bridge to victory. And Neri with an important kill onto something on mid just basically opens the map wide open. And after that, Alexi as well with a very impactful lurk. Constantly, you gotta worry about that lurk from the Cypher. And it's, again, first half has always been this pattern. Very, very close and neck.
Deploying
Now
drone.
PRX kick back economically. Shorty there in the hands of Forsaken does have a Hunter's Fury. Spectre on Jing and Kohaibi. The most firepower they have realistically is Forsaken on the jump peak. Ooh, gets tagged down. 21 health.
Revealing area.
Great wallbang shots coming through.
Blocking sight.
Making his existence in this round a bit of a living hell. Now trying to find value with the Shorty. That much more unlikely. Something holding on an angle. Kelly has slow creep forward. Something looking to maybe go on the peak here. Nothing spotted quite just yet. Forsaken on that peak. Trying to set up here for the play. They're out. Instantly cleared the push forward. And they're able to just go ahead. Backs away. Notices they're not hitting their shots. Uses the tailwind. Gets out to safety. Something, however, still aggressing. Still looking for more. Gets a shot across an area. Now down to 40.
Forsaken 1 HP.
Oh, plenty of noise being made here by Forsaken. Yeah, he's just going to be taken down. Barrier mesh now set up to cut off that access from the A site. That'll force him all the way around in towards mid. Mohaibi here with that Spectre, able to put the fuse, finds one, finishing off the enemy jet, but Kalies now strikes. Finds himself a third here in the round. And Jing, last one standing. No real way of trying to get himself into a winning position here in the round.
Yeah, it's going to be a little rough for the barrier mesh.
Updrafts can go up and around the barrier mesh, but it'll expire. But now you've got Crystal sat here as well.
Gun here.
Seems like Jing more than happy to just sit and wait, see if anybody comes pushing into him, try to take a weapon right off of him. No one's forward, goes in for the fight. Crystal with 38 HP, however, standing. Hit Global Zipto now up 3-3. Tied up and plenty of ultimates to utilize. Nearly all 5 online, just the knives not there.
Yeah, it's a lot saved up for the upcoming rounds, and this was just pure firepower coming from the side of Kalies. And again, this mid control, this mid approach coming from Global Zipto has been working out in their favor. Constantly a point of contention. I will understand if PRX decides to, you know, push their utilities a bit forward, like this alarm bot. If they do it again, most especially, and have a more aggressive angle and challenge anyone who dares peek.
Now it's a double setup. Recon cleared out over towards tiles. Going forward from Crystal, spotting out here onto the Omen. Hunter's Fury comes out immediately just to try to protect here. Meantime, Terra is pushing up aggressively, but Alexi fairly ready for it. Annihilation going to be sent in. No one going to be caught there. The neural theft invested. The ping reveals. Forsaken swings the corner. Kelly S going to be taken down. Drones forward in towards heaven, trying to scout out. Nothing going to be spotted there. And Neri now just situated up on top of Jen, but Alexi just swooping across that nebula over a tree. Completely unexpectedly catches the glimpse there of something, finds the headshot. Player advantage here for the side of Global. Hunter's Fury coming through, just looking to take down this lockdown. Final blast will have it. And Alexi's still waiting on a flank angle. Forsaken at 5. Not sure how they try to get themselves out of this position here. Kohaibi trying to be the one to open things up a bit. Fuse held to half. Alexi now striking, finding 2, but the defuse just gets held. Forsaken at 5 HP, just manages to hold it down.
Wow.
Oh boy, that one's gonna hurt here for Global. They do an immense amount of damage, taking all the weapons out of the hands here of the PRX players, but they all just lose track of little old Jason. 5 HP, sat there squatting with a diffuser in his hand.
It's the pressure coming from Kohibi in as well,
Right here.
having to push through A main. They were unable to take her down right away, so therefore they're unable to take that push and peek through that entire chaos. And now it's a stack on mid with a hero rifle onto something, but it looks like they're just happy just staying put and see who's gonna try and peek them aggressively here.
Knives pop from Jing, ready and waiting
Blocking sight.
for any kind of info over towards B. First blocking out the pings there as Crystal opens up, finding one wide swing from something, comes away with that kill, backs out with a dismiss, but second player going to be lost. A site very much opened up, but Forsaken finding a bit of an off timing, just swoops down out from bench. Gets rid of an Airy, keeps things scrappy, keeps them relatively even. Player disadvantage still here for Paper X.
Caution here.
Alexi.
Knives still just for Jing.
Yeah. Alexi has been a constant threat in a lot of these mid rounds and keeping it quite close despite, Paper X getting some of these advantages in the round. She just swoops in and just makes the round winnable for Global Zipto.
30 seconds left.
More pressure on Jing now. Nebula
Last
pops,
player standing.
dissipates, swing out, doesn't even get to fling a single knife.
South. No charges.
It's immediately dead. And if they really wanted to, they could make this nigh impossible for something. Given that there is a cosmic divide. We'll see. He's got a smile on his face. Looks like he's going to try to play this. No, just swing out, down, get himself situated, maybe set up for some exit frags, perhaps? This is the thing about Paper X is, like, I never know where they're going or what they're going to do. Like, are they playing for it? Are they backing off? This time, now I'm sure that he's backing off, but it takes a while to sometimes get that read.
Yeah, it's true. You definitely don't know what they're planning. They could be planning something incredibly sneaky for sure. But it is the exit frags. Does he have an angle here?
If they push out past lobby, they have to be pretty wide, but it looks like they're going to be more than content to just tuck away in this position. So, angle not going to be found. Something will peek out for it a bit, but not going to be rewarded with anything. So, just when it looked like Paper X was going to be able to maybe break away, and they get dragged right back into parity here by Global Zipto.
Oh yeah, it's the timeout. It's
First one, I believe, called here by Paper X.
Yep,
of
that
this
is true.
series.
That is true. They definitely want to keep bridging that gap, especially when we think about the second half. Also, Cat? Taurus Cam. Is he peeping
Cat
through?
cam.
Yeah. The tail ends and left top portion of the screen. But yeah, Paper X, it felt like some rounds they were in the lead or at least even ground when it comes to numbers, but I think the problem is Alexi. Alexi has been such a big factor in a lot of these mid rounds, and it's just find a lot of these unexpected kills and unexpected angles to lurk, just doing a lot of damage onto Paper X's formation. So I feel like that's something that they have to deal with, the big 1v1s against Alexi later on.
Forsaken taking the time to get his munch on. Eat some food during the timeout call. Maybe that's why they called the timeout. Was Forsaken just said, "Guys, I am starving, and I need you to pump the brakes."
Yeah, true. It could be. Ooh.
I mean, I'll peel the curtain back a little bit. After every single round end, I'd let you start taking over and breaking down the round action. I was shoveling fried chicken into my face.
You did mention pizza. And
You just gotta find the timings.
The truth. Some of these kills and executes.
Nailed it.
Oh, well, Forsaken gets a mouthful of bullets. Neri able to just go ahead, dash for it. Takes him down, break of the door. Plan coming through, though. Still a late lurk out from Alexi. Something around the corner. Swoops in. Wide swing attempt there from Alexi, but something's able to find the headshot. Shots on the Cypher in the meantime, though. The plant has come through. Rush play attempt here from Jing, but there's not enough oomph behind it, and it's just far too many players here situated on the site.
And no firepower as well, just something's rifle.
Identifies Inari, but Inari able to just go ahead and win out that little duel. Terra's going to be taken down. That now just leads Kohibi tucked away inside a market. Ready to just die to the spike, but the global Zipto, this means that they are going to be able to gain the lead.
Yep. It's despite the find from something on Alexi on the lurk, it was already a bit too late, as they've already had full control of the site. It was a bit of a broken buy as well from PRX, so they didn't have that fighting power as well. Global Zipto now has that big cosmic divide and the knives as well from Inari. Inari has been doing amazingly well on a lot of these entry frags and executes on towards the site, just getting a lot of space for Global Zipto. PRX, let's see how they do with the Empress here on the Guardian.
Take flight.
Slower start. Gravnet goes out. Dart going to be getting the spot there onto Forsaken, who'll go bouncing away. Crystal realizing he doesn't quite have the angle to pull anything off there with the Odin.
Oh.
Poppy swinging forward. Terra instant with the kill. It's looking like maybe a trade opportunity, but he's able to just go ahead and find the shutdown. Divide now, not a tool that can be utilized here from Global.
Enemy mark.
As Odin sprays
Enemy
up
mark.
over the top. Ping reveal. Getting the hit there onto one.
What?
Global very much a rerouted. Crystal having the tuck back, grabs the spike. But if Inari can't find an opening here onto A, this is going to prove to be a little bit more difficult, and Jing is able to shut it down. Cloudburst set up for a bit of a one-way there, but Elias able to just push right past. Finds a kill. Annihilation drawn out, and ooh, the dismiss from something. Pulls back around the corner. The chase coming through. Stabilizes, plants his feet. Finds a headshot to take down Crystal. The 3K from something gets us tied up once more here at 5-5.
Thanks.
Yeah, everyone falling down like dominoes. Again, it's very reminiscent of the first few maps that we've had, where it's a basically an alternative scores, and unfortunately that annihilation didn't convert into anything, just caught out in the open, and something just took advantage. Empress invested as well. Now buy rounds and Inari with the attacking operator. Let's see if she's able to find a pick on from mid through tiles.
Well, something is just finding Elias, and the option's just not there in time. Quick dismiss away. These are the frustrations of going up against such a strong Reyna player. Trying to find a punish in such a narrow window of opportunity that you get.
Your fault.
Mary still able to find one despite the leer into the face. Jing going to be taken down. Op now trying to guide them forward. Crystal will swap out for the drone. Peeking in towards the site. Tara situated here. Does get ping revealed. Quick, snappy TP. Takes herself out towards safety, but just 6 health remaining. Still so dangerous here for the Omen.
"30 seconds left.
Something once again watching in towards tree. Lexi waiting on a late split, ready
Blocking sight.
to go on this flank as the rotations come in to try to intercept Cosmic Divide, looking for the cutoff. Terra still gets to it on the site, and something plays down into it. Terra falling.
10
Crystal
seconds
around the corner, time ticking, but Crystal just swings out and wins that. Plant can now come through. Had he died, they may have just been the round. Now Forsaken's going to be caught just trying to tonk walk his way out of the wall. Through it, I should say. Kohibi now once again asked to pull off a clutch of epic proportions here for the squad, but Crystal is not going to allow for it. Another 3-piece, the op going to be scooped up, carried over
Last
into this
round
final
in
round of
the
the attacking side. PRX will once again look to try to give us a 6-6 scoreline here at the half.
Could convert onto that cosmic divide to really stop any of the waterfall from Heaven. And of course, can't forget about Inari having a beautiful headshot with the knives as well as the opener. Despite losing one member, which was Kelly S earlier on. But let's see, it could be another 6-6. It's a buy round again. Operator in the hands of Inari. It still could be Paper X 6-6.
Global Zip will be feeling damn good if they can get this into a 7-5 position. Once again, just Alexi trying to poke and prod here. Turret set up for contact off the market push. Nary clears that here with the op. And Alexi just backs away around the corner. Oh, but the swing in the timing! It's just a bit too off.
Wow.
Punish now found. Jing still lingering forward here. As pings come down and the spike is getting ready to drift right into his sights. Tear this angle, the tuck away here onto something. There are an immense amount of layers here to this defense of the A side from Paper X. Poppy going to be noted here. Couple shots through. Pings coming down, but do they get the read on the judge? Jing sat back. The swing forward. Kelly, yes! Way too snappy. He's able to find that elimination. Poppy, however, going to be taken down. Terra caught.
30 seconds
Something
left.
out into the open. Gunned down, and now suddenly advantage here to the side of Global Zipto.
player
As the rotation
standing.
start coming through, and an area situated with the operator. Goes for the repeat. Tries to get the flick. Won't be able to make it happen. Forsaken, though. A 1v2 with time working against some noise made. Recon up and over, just lands here in the center of the site. Plenty of places to go ahead and tuck away. Breaks the door. Dodges out the shots. Bounces back around. Fancy footwork here from him. Clears the recon. The swing, though, from Kelly S is going to be solid, and that's going to be Global Zipto getting themselves a 2-round advantage here on Ascent.
Pattern broken. Not a 6-6 end anymore versus Pearl and as well as Bind. And Global Zipto will be definitely happy about that one, especially that the pistol rounds have not been going in their favor, so they'll definitely need all the leads that they could get. But of course, that's the first half. Let's take a break first before we go to the second.
Alrighty, and now we go into the second half here of this map. Global Zipto in a good spot, up by 2. Looking to try to get themselves
Feeling area.
a map victory. Their selection here of Ascent to elongate the series over to Split. Otherwise, Paper X, if they can run this back, will bring this Grand Finals to a conclusion in 3-0 fashion. Something inching its way forward. Tiles here for the moment. Not quite giving that line of sight over just yet. Got that ghost in hand. He's been so very deadly with it. And there you go. And there he swings out. Ends up getting taken down. But meanwhile, here on the A side, hell yes, able to find a crossfire setup. Takes down Jing on the entry. Slowing things up here for Paper X. Now scrambling just a bit.
Repositions. Something now through tree. Kelly, yes. Crosses.
A bold move, but yep, gets sucked into wine. I don't know if Paper X are going to register this one at all. No eyes. No attention paid towards here at the moment. There's the opener. Swing out. Kill going to be found. The push forward. Kohai be able to flush him out, but something going to be dealt with at the same time as Alexi's able to find the kill over a tree. Crystal now wrapping his way around, up through short, quickly
enemy
storming his way
remaining.
across. Spike again going to be stranded. Kohibi going to be noted. He's able to take one down, but cannot find the others. Global Zipto off to a roaring start, win the pistol, and now we're up by 3. Their biggest lead, it feels like, potentially of this entire series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it has been constantly. PRX, especially during the second half, especially during the pistols. They've always been victorious in the end. But Global Zipto, that was a risky, high-risk, high-reward play coming from the side of Kelly S, and it paid off and caused so much chaos on main. And Global Zipto will be happy about that. There is that phantom on the hands of Kelly S.
Turret here for now. A couple stray sheriff shots, trying to see any kind of random hit that they can get. Shock dart though, Kohibi's feet. That's gonna hurt. Down to 55. As swing confirms the outlaw. Both shots gonna be going wide, but Kohibi gets even more damage as Forsaken tries to get set up on the angle. But the shot's just not quite going to be there. Going out. Gets picked apart.
Oh, have to clear this barrier mesh. Let's see if Kelly S and try to push this one out as an area takes so much space.
Finding run gives them a window. The chase forward, and Jing nicely able to pursue. Clearly attending sessions there at the Church of Something. Finds the value off the shorty. Door now shut. And Alexi position is red. A nice leer forward. Terra able to go ahead and collect the kill. Scoops up the Bulldog. Plant now coming in. This PRX look to pull off a thrifty victory here.
High possibility.
Poppy and Crystal. If anybody could make it happen, it would be these two. Footsteps heard. They know that they're both approaching here from heaven, but Kohibi looks to bring this one to an end. The headshot connecting. Poppy dead. The drop down from Crystal can't find additional value. And what a turnaround here for the side of PRX. Dropping the pistol, winning out in the eco. They now completely swing the economy against Global Zipto.
And yeah, we talked about how important of a lead that was for Global Zipto. Constantly the pistol rounds going towards PRX's favor, but you really can't count them out, especially once they're able to carry some hero rifles on the board, especially on Something. I think it all fell apart. Ones that, Tree player fell. Kelly S lost to Something in that big 1v1, and then opened up A constantly. Well, we'll see. Ow.
Great shot there from Maneri. And Crystal spraying away with the Ares. Looks to just turn the tides once again. No one finding any stability whatsoever as Jing pushing forward, able to find one, but then Poppy shuts it down with a classic in hand. Something at 24 HP desperately needs a kill or assist to try to get the Devour through.
And they pull back.
What a turn of events. This is such a monstrous swing.
Fighting back with their own eco. And now they play through time here. They do have a lot of it. 60 seconds on the clock.
Last player standing.
Now just Tara, the Bulldog, the desperation setting in. TP over the side. They start coming forward. Ares cleared out. Surely she can make it happen. So very close. But in the end, it will be an actual thrifty locked in. It's economies on both sides. Just topsy-turvy. Global answer back in such a huge way.
And Neri with the crispy headshots on the Sheriff. Concept First Blood just being, very helpful when it comes to these opening rounds. And Global Zipto, man, they are just exchanging, able to take it back at least after that loss earlier. Let's see now. Cosmic Divide activated. We know how cleanly they can play this alongside Poppy.
Cover going out. Shadows traveling.
Just to try to hold them back. Bullets running thin, though. PRX able to slide past this onslaught of ammunition. Spike planted. Very important round here for both teams. It's Crystal starting things off, able to find one. Forsaken trying to bounce forward. Now needs to go ahead and relocate. Drones passing like ships in the night. Visionary dazed up here on Heaven. As covering fire, Tailwind about to expire. Poppy swinging out, finding one. Forsaken going to be taken down. Jing trying to hold here at Hell. Cannot. Just the 1-2 peek, and it's Kohibi. Nowhere else to go. Flawlessly done. Global Zipto now going to start a massive bankroll here as they carry forward this Odin, this Op, and get themselves up to 10-round wins in flawless fashion.
That's true. On top of the ult economy as well, they didn't need to invest any at all.
Right
And
here.
again, that Odin was such a big deal onto Switch. Nowhere felt safe for post-plant position on the side of PRX. They couldn't really hide as much with the scans that Crystal was doing. And eventually they all fell like dominoes. We'll see now PRX, a bit of an awkward buy here with the judge for Forsaken and a couple of not so strong shields on the side of PRX. We'll have to see how they do as they've been trading blows of ecos on their end.
Take flight.
Get out of my way!
Yep, just further looking to utilize these weapons. It's something he sat there, still not necessarily safe, but okay, finds the timing. Crystal thinking that the coast is clear. Takes him down, Smoke about to dissipate. Lear forward, looking for the timing shot, and Airy eats an immense amount of damage through the corner as something starts going absolutely crazy. 3 kills picked up, dismisses forward in towards Market. Jing on the opposite side with the knives drawn, finding one, looking for the last. Right click going to be going wide, but Poppy's unable to confirm that kill. It's a backing away as Jing scoops up the Odin, starts spraying it forward into the window. Poppy now with everything left to do, but cannot make it happen. Flawless in return. Here's PRX. Bring the gap back down to 3 rounds.
Crazy stuff. It was a bit of a broken buy earlier, and now PRX is back again, building their economy once more, and something these important first bloods, and as well as taking away the operator player in Neri Falls with a follow-up kill from Market, and it was just something taking full control of mid, building up to the Empress once more, fully loaded out, and a stack onto A. This could be deadly, but who is the question indeed?
Yeah, that is indeed the question. With every single round that passes, we are no closer to knowing who is going to be taking this map, who's going to be taking the series. It's still very much up in the air. Annihilation out early here from Kelly S. Not going to be finding anyone there. Kohibi, in the meantime, catching an area on a lurk forward into B main. Great headshot and great advantage to be found off the rip. Now that draws out double push pressure. The swing, looking for the timing. Can't quite find it though. Gets a tuck back around the corner, and Kohibi does fall. A 1-for-1 in the end there. This drone to try to check forward. Dart goes right in between the players lurking within the smoke. Shots now opened up, something, however, leading the charge. We'll find one. Poppy going to be taking down the drone up into the air. Cleared out quickly. There was shot some spray across. Tara committing to the plant. Gets it down just in front of Jen. Forsaken. Pushing forward, catches Kelly S. unawares over a tree. Advantage very clearly now here in the hands
Player standing.
of PRX as they double stack up. Wide swing in from something. Looking to break the aim. Takes down Crystal. And now the gap is just 2 rounds.
Oh my word.
Once again here for Global, now in shambles.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to go towards Global Zipto's way, as they did have the numbers advantage at one point, especially coming from the side of, Global. But PRX, every single time they take control of the site, they've managed to plant the spike. Their post plant is just so aggressive, not giving any sort of rotations or chance to breathe through the side of Global Zipto.
These thrifty rounds, these low buys, that has been where both teams have found some success. We'll see if that can be the case once again here for Global Zipto. As full sheriffs aside from Poppy, who does just have that classic in hand. And they're stacked up on B very heavily. And right now, PRX are drifting away from the A site. They're going to just end up treading right into this potential trap. The question is, how good is the spring here from Global?
That's indeed a question. There's one looking at CT. That's going to be Kelly S. You saw the barrier mesh, thought that the deadlock setup was going to be there, but surprise. There's the rotation.
Trip spotted, nothing else really going to be noted here.
No escape.
Net at the ready, lobbed in. Push around the back. Nothing else really spotted here. One noted over at Boats. The push forward. Gets the glimpse there. Jing able to find one. Crystal Poppy with one apiece. That gives Alexi some kind of window in. Maybe if they can isolate Tara, find that kill there on the site. But the rest of the players just scattered. Kohibi ready on the angle. The run back continues as Paper X now just one away from tying it up.
Yeah, the pattern has been broken. No thrifty rounds anymore. Global Zipto, they had the right idea. They had the right stack. Now we're heading on over towards this timeout as they have been sitting on the double digits for a bit of time. And, you know, the tension, the energy is a bit different now. It's a little bit extra intense. They want to extend this series. They want to take this to the next map. Or else, well, Paper X will be the spotlight champions here.
30 more seconds to assess and try to regain the lead. But this is where Paper X are at their deadliest, when they're running it back, when they're going on these monstrous streaks. And the pressure clearly getting to Global Zipto with every single round dropped. Money coming back through. Team needs to have a very concise strategy going into this one to try to slow them down. Otherwise, getting tied up, it's not going to be a good feeling at all.
Nope. Especially how they've managed to build up these economy. They haven't really exactly seen the right opportune moment to get the cosmic divide. It does feel like they are already running out of numbers every single time they want to try and play retake. It's just that something will keep constantly push you, which doesn't give you a lot of space to work with.
Slow and quiet start here. Paper X leaving everybody tucked back and uncertain what awaits them on the opposite side, what the game plan is going to be here from Global. Something now, though, looks to up the pace, pushes forward, clears out. Bit of util over towards that B site. Whatever he can find. Now, one player push up, breaking down this barrier mesh. Hunter's Fury called in, now matched on the opposite side as we just go ahead and get trading beams coming through. A couple of tags, though, onto the players of Paper X. It looks like Terra and Kohibi both have been hit. Neri desperately trying to get some stability there with the operator. Ashley's going to be flushed out. Jing finds the kill. Swing back out, though. Kelly S. able to find Terra, finishing him off, and now Jing comes away with a third elimination, and Crystal is suddenly the last one standing. Everything on his shoulders once again, this time cannot deliver. Atlas crumbles as it's 10-10. Paper X tie things up, and once again break down the economy a bit. Maybe a bit of half-buy potential here from the side of Global, but it's not going to be anything cozy.
Oh yeah, not at all. Paper X just comes sprawling across the entirety of A. Even though the setups were there, both the Cypher and the Deadlock, it was just not enough to stop the onslaught of Paper X. And they practically conquered that entirety. There's not a lot of space to work with. Let's see now. Again, Thrifties may be a trade, but looking at the ultimates from Paper X, there's just a lot to work with to just secure this round.
Wow, my eyes are down.
There, a couple different players, but darts unable to connect. Landing right here in front of Kilias is Jing, though. Does end up getting caught. Net thrown out. Didn't lock anyone else further in place. As Kilias recovers a weapon. Vandal now in hand. Bounces back over towards Tree. He's in around the corner. The swing out, though. Swings right into Kohibi's welcome arms. As the trip gets cleared and shotgun from Forsaken. Flushes out Alexi. Door now shut. The spike being planted. Lockdown also available, given the buys. That'll likely be held going into the next round here. Unless things truly start getting desperate, but right for now, it seems like Paper X in a very good spot. Something lingering back over towards Wine, watching, waiting here for the approach of Crystal. As the dart goes over the top and something finds the kill. As it heals through, Nano to hold him back. Poppy going to be taken down there as Kohibi's able to find it. And it is just concise, decisive here from PRX. Once again, continuing to not allow away back in for Global.
Just,
5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, it's PRX. Despite losing Jing early because of the traps, it just sort of opened up the entire map for them to trigger the entire site, and that is PRX. Don't have to worry about it too much anymore. And now they still have the surplus of ult. So you see the knives now activated by Jing.
I mean, no real need to pop him here, but yeah. We're gonna have him quick little backup in case he runs out of bullets, perhaps.
You should run.
Sean try to clear out the forward util here. Jing goes up and over the top. The lockdown now in play. Shots out from Market. Still looking for the ping reveal here. Trying to spot out anything that he can, but it gets cleared out. Spike now being planted by Tara.
Spike planted.
There's something holding here in mid. Poppy just around the corner. I mean, something with the read. It's pretty spot on. Cosmic Divide now going to be coming through. Poppy sprinting across. Something looking for the swing. Timing catches him in the back of the head in the meantime. Jing able to put the knives through, finding Inari. Reveal the tuck back from Alexi, but still out into the open. Kaibi is an easy enough kill. Takes him down. Kelly's and Crystal now. The two callers, the two captains to try to make something happen, but it looks like the save is what's going to happen.
Fucking movement.
They know that they cannot win this round. They have to allow for PRX to get themselves up to 12.
Stay down.
Because it will do a little bit of additional damage.
Standing ahead.
Finding a kill here out in mid, but ultimately that spike goes off, and now Global, if they want to hang in this series, if they want to take this over to split, they're going to have to do it through overtime.
Oh yeah, and the fact that they invested the Cosmic Divide as well. Something had the biggest lurk, very, very patient, and really just disconnected the value off of that big Cosmic Divide that Poppy really wanted to hold on to on the second half. And now Global Zipto, just as you said, they gotta hold on here. They gotta get value off of this Annihilation. Gotta face something. It might be a big fight here on B main.
Jing goes on the swing. Matched here by Kohibi, and immediately both get taken down. Drone forward will confirm that the spike is actually on the floor. And this is a very rough start now here for the side of PRX. Tucked back around the corner. Annihilation sought. And there's the grab. Pulled to his demise here is something. No one anywhere nearby enough to try to protect him. Second fights back a little bit. Finding the kill here onto Crystals. Grabbing up this spike. Both players dangerously split apart. Tara does have the ult available.
Down.
As Forsaken,
Whoa.
ADS is in, finds the headshot there on the Poppy. Drops down now into the site, the TP to join in. Reinforcing here at Boats. 2v3. PRX establish their Alamo. Trying to see if they can fend off the forces getting ready to rush them down. Shock dart used, nothing found there. Paranoia at the ready. Sent, ends up going wide, connecting on the no one. Recon quickly cleared out. Split, left and right. Shots coming through. Terra able to find the first. Forsaken gets the last two. And then with the 4K, we'll bring it to a conclusion. A solid enough effort there at the end from Global Zipto to try to run this back, to try to get us to that overtime. But unfortunately, just not enough. PRX, they are our Spotlight Series champions here in Pacific. Taking down the opposition, getting revenge over Global Zipto.
And that's definitely the best feeling, you know, after that day one. They're able to get that upward trajectory, having to get their own 2-0s as well, leading up to the Grand Finals. And everybody just had their big moment over here this entire series. You know, at the very end, you've got, I mean, on Pearl, you've got Kohibi with the massive clutch to turn the tides of the scoreboard. And then you see at the very end, yeah, Tara and Forsaken having that big duo ship to guard stairs, to guard lane. They both held their own and were able to shut it down and deny a potential overtime against Global Zipto.
What an unreal battle here, but PRX, they had fun, they got their revenge, they got everything that they wanted out of this series here, as well as some fantastic highlight moments from everyone. I mean, that near clutch from Tara out in mid, the clutch from Kohabi earlier on Pearl, just with some fantastic decision making, and then Forsaken just mowing them down, helping keep the team in it with a 2v4 at the end to bring the series to a conclusion. This match absolutely had it all. Bind was one of the craziest things that we've seen as well. But this whole way throughout, nothing but entertaining. And, you know, given that the players want to have fun, given that we have the audience watching this, I think that this tournament was everything that it could have and should have been.
Oh, yeah. It was an incredible watch since day one. Had a lot of crazy moments, crazy clips, highlights, and a lot of these players were able to show what they've got over here at the Spotlight Series over here in Pacific. But yeah, looking at the stats, PRX, they really started a lot of these early fights, especially from mid and catwalk to tree. Basically opened the map wide open. So yeah, I really enjoyed every step of the way here.
Yeah, this was just so very entertaining. I think the only regret is that this doesn't end up going to that 5, like it felt like it really deserved to, like it felt like it really should have. But PRX, they were just on a warpath here to get revenge. That rematch, debuff for the winning team, the previous winning team, seems to continue to show its head, but so too does something. I mean, this was a little bit of a slower start from him on the Reyna, but I think it was maybe around the halfway point of the game. I looked at the scoreboard. Something had about 20-something kills. Everybody else on his team had 9. I mean, he was just 2xing everybody at a certain point. And you could tell it was like, okay, well, if something kills a couple people, then the round's a win. And if he doesn't, then it's just a wash. That was kind of just the game state. And it's just back-to-back incredible performances from that fade here into the Reyna. Just somebody that continues to show, like, yep, I'm still insanely cracked and need to be feared. So best of luck to everybody who has to play against this guy in 2025.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, whatever weapon he's even using, the Ghost earlier as well, despite winning that pistol, still sticking to that Ghost, getting that 4K against a Spectre. It's just something. He's going to pull off some crazy stuff in a tournament.
Yeah, pretty much always good for a couple highlight packages here or there, but he had many throughout this one. I mean, aces as well in the mix. Didn't get them today, but it is what it is. But anyway, I think we have a special guest for today's interview. I don't believe that we're talking to one of the players. We are, in fact, talking to Coach Alex himself. No, it's not. It's JD Faker hiding behind Alex's face. Hello, my friend. Congratulations on the win. Are you going to do this whole... okay, commit to it. That's great.
Okay.
Okay, all right, never mind. I thought I was going to test you on your acting chops and your Alex impersonation. But congratulations for becoming the champions of our first ever Spotlight Series here in Pacific.
Let's go.
How was it for you? Because you're stepping into this coaching role. How much coaching would you say that you've done, and what was it like coaching this a mixed gender team?
Well, I was going to go for the record of best of 5 in pauses, but they seem to be struggling, like so on the sand. I wanted to do a 5 rifle, no pause. That was my goal, but I took a pause. And I think from the initial game that we played together, the girls were a little bit still playing their old kind of style. We told them just be comfortable and just do some peaks, We know you guys have the girls have the skills. Just do it, we'll support you. And today we brought our A game. The girls were super sharp. Something was doing his thing. Taken was being a piece of a collar, and Jing did his thing too.
Yeah, looks like it all came together incredibly well. And I like that note of just being like, okay, you're playing your old style. Let's loosen up a little bit, peak a little bit more, go crazy with it. And it seems like they fell into that play style alongside the guys really easily.
Yeah, it was very... Oh, sorry, please continue.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Because I was just a little curious, because, it was a bit of a rough start, right, day one, and you already shared with us the major differences. I'm a little curious about how the timeouts went when it was, initialized. Like, how would the conversations go? What would you usually, tell the team?
I'll just try to see the tendencies of. I think I only took the time for the game actually. I didn't time out in Zeta and DRX. So for G, it was kind of them giving them tips on what G was doing. G was doing something quite repetitive. So I just gave it my input and see how it went.
What from the team's perspective coming into this event now winning it, I mean, what would you say is kind of the takeaway on just the Spotlight Series as an event? Like, how was this event for you guys? Was it awesome? Because I think for us casting it and for people watching, they've just been eating this up because it's super sick to see. But how was it from like the team perspective?
I think it went well, this tournament. It showed that Game Changers players are more than capable of playing the guys. In fact, I think the girls sync well with our team. Because our team might be a little bit more experienced, all the international events. But the girls synced really well with us. In fact, they had synergy, right? So I'm actually they played really, really well.
Yeah,
Maybe,
they did
Divine
fantastic.
Mindfreak gonna have to be a little bit concerned about their jobs, given that the season hasn't started yet. So,
Tara in the lineup.
yeah, got the lineups going too. So, you never know. Maybe there could be some changes there in the front, before the season starts. But anything that you want to say to the fans here, at the end of this tournament, in advance of 2025 kicking off, etc.
Well, for the fans playing this tournament, I hope you enjoyed yourself. We, started off PRX not so hot style, and then we ended it in style. So I know you're used to it. But anyway, I hope this win and also the win we had recently in Chengdu will pump up the fans for next season. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go for 2025. Hope to see you all there.
All right, perfect. I'm sure they'll be waiting, and yeah, I think the fans been doing all right. Been eating pretty well here in the off season, so that's good to try to tide them over here. So that's sick. Well, thank you, Jenny Figure, for joining us. Congratulations to you guys on the win. I'm sure Alex is, now that you guys got the prize money, he's going to swoop in and say that he gets a cut of it or something like that when he gets back from his ski trip. So make sure you keep your purse tight and don't let him get a cent of it because he didn't do anything to earn it. But thank you, and I'll see you very, very soon for the start of 2025. Yep. But that does it. That's the tournament all wrapped up. But here are our champions, PRX, walking away with it. Riku, your reflections on this tournament. How was this all for you?
It was incredible. I've managed to see a lot of very amazing moments from a lot of the Game Changers players as well. It has been a fantastic watch seeing, this mixed gender roster come into fruition. And I'm just so excited to see a lot of these players come into 2025, Achilleos.
I am as well. And I mean, we keep talking about it. We're mentioning it, 2025. It is right there on the horizon. I mean, the holiday season is upon us. We're a couple days from Christmas for anybody who might celebrate that. Whatever you do, I hope that you all have a lovely end of the year. This is the last one here, 2024. I think we have like maybe one more event in Pacific and at the very start of 2025, but then we're getting into it. Kickoff is going to be upon us. We'll be right back into the 2025 season and seeing all of the familiar faces, the full rosters coming through. It's going to be super sick. Riku, thank you so much for being here alongside me. An absolute pleasure to work with you for the very first time and hopefully not the last time. A shout out to Quack and Asrai who opened up the show for us on day one, and to the production staff in the background. Thank you so much for having us here for this event and putting it all on. And more importantly, thank you to the viewers for tuning tuning in for this one. It's a super sick one. I hope this is an event that we get to see more of. I hope this is one that's going to crop up every single year because it's super sick to see these, mashed up rosters come together and play things out like this. But that does it from us. I'm rambling on. We'll go ahead and just say goodnight, and we'll see you guys next time.